coaches and just running over from different directions. Joe the Nose Wilk back on the broadcast.
Yeah, I hear East and Castle Rock, and I come running.
I'm looking forward to this fight just based off of the styles. I like it when you see the different body types match up.
Yeah, absolutely. And Abel's done some training at our gym. He's out of Topeka, out of Cody Cricky's gym, and spent a lot of time in Manhattan. So we've had him around the gym too, and he's a tough customer. So this is gonna be a good match. Anyone trained by Cody Cricky or Ethan Day is gonna be a tough jiu-jitsu fighter.
I got to see Cody fight all day. He was fighting in the absolute gi. Did a round robin. He was definitely one of the smallest guys, fighting some beasts. John Hansen, who's actually going to fight later on the card, as is Cody Creaky.
Yeah, John Hansen's an animal. Creaky competes at every tournament he gets a chance. He stays really active. You know, those guys are both really well known in this area for being tough competitors.
Smart on Abel, too. Make it down 75, hit up Combative Sports Center.
Yeah, for sure.
Or 70, excuse me.
Either one.
The highways. Yeah.
Take either one. You'll find your way there.
Getting in a collar fight matchup right now. These are big guys. They're a 205-pound gi match. They don't want to go to the ground unless it's on their terms.
Right, yeah, I totally agree. You know, in some of the early matches we've seen a lot of guard pulling, and, you know, I think that that's even more common when there's submission-only rules because, you know, you're not concerned with getting past and you know, going down on points in the beginning. So a lot of these guys are just getting the action started by pulling guard, but it looks like we have two here that are going to battle for the top position.
And we were already talking about this, but you see with the gi, there's so much more grip, so much more, what's the able to hold on-ness?
Yeah, there you go. Exactly.
Just going to keep punching words together.
It's perfect.
Fantastic. There's not a hashtag or Twitter tonight. Your feedback's not appreciated. Just kidding. Go ahead and hit us up at Verbal Tap Cast if you'd like to complain about the broadcast tonight. But once again, if you have any physically violent complaints, you can find Ethan Day or Joe Wilk. Not recommended. He's going to pull Abel into his guard here.
Yeah, you know, I think that at a certain point you realize you only got so much time to get to work, and they were kind of stalling out there on the feet, seemed to be very even, and so we end up inside the guard here, and we'll see if we get some more action.
Jiu-jitsu fighters, too. We can only spend so much time standing up before we just get tired.
Yeah, that's right.
A buzz in the crowd. Kansas City people love fighting. What's he working on in there?
He's going for the collars here, but we see Abel's trying to kind of break the legs down and do what, you know, we call like a Sao Paulo style pass. He's going to get that leg down and try to step over. He's in pretty good position there, but couldn't quite get the legs broke.
Abel's tough. Abel's built like a giant tree trunk.
Yeah, and he's one of those guys, like when you get your hands on him or vice versa, you can really feel it. Like he's solid and he's a very strong individual.
Inching forward, big guys. We've got Brandon from Easton Castle Rock, so in theory he shouldn't get tired down here. You make it up there pretty frequently. I've seen a few pictures of you training with Ethan.
Yeah, I make it out there to see Ethan, and got a lot of family out there, and I love Denver. Denver's fun. I love going out to the mountains, so we go out there for training quite a bit. You know, with a lot of the different Easton guys, I've spent some time at altitude training and Peter Straub and those guys, and it's always a good time in Denver, and it's always great training.
You can see Brandon's getting close on a few of these sweeps, but that's when the danger happens. Every time he opens his feet up, Abel knows it. And you can see him inch into that side.
And you just basically like spelled out the riddle of jiu-jitsu, is that, you know, it's really hard to be effective from the guard offensively without opening your feet up. It's very difficult, you know, especially no-gi, but with the gi, you've got some collar chokes you can go for, which we've seen. But for the most part, anything good that happens from your guard happens once you open your legs, okay? But that's going to open up the opportunity for your opponent to pass, right? The harder you try to pass and the harder you try to open your legs, it affects your balance and it opens up the opportunity for them to sweep or submit. So that's why we see a lot of this here, where it's really hard for either guy to get an inch.
And Abel, if the beauty of Brandon's long legs is also the curse, because as long as he can keep him at bay, great. But you can see Abel, oh, he's up, he gets the sweep.
That was very good. Abel did all that work to step over the leg, but he needed to step over the knee of Brandon. He wasn't able to get all the way over the knee. That allowed him to get elevated, and he ends up underneath him here, and he's going to have to try to get him back if he wants to win the match.
Though Brandon does not look like he enjoyed that grip Abel got on the foot. He broke it there. You can see that left leg. Brandon does not want Abel to get a hold of that. Not interested.
Yeah, deep half guard can be, such a pain in the butt to deal with, and some guys that are just so good at that. One of my fighters tonight, Brad Jepson, has a very good deep half guard game, and he can really put you in trouble once he gets underneath you there.
You can hear the crowd sort of overreacting a little bit, looking for that sweep. They thought Abel was going to come up, and then you can hear Brandon's crowd getting equally excited. He was able to push it back, get some pressure back down.
Yeah, Abel's got a lot of support here. That was the biggest pop we've heard from the crowd all night. You can see a bunch of people on their feet, and that's good. He's out here giving it everything he's got.
Oh, and Brandon goes around, takes the back. We have a 205-pound scrap. They're going to get stopped by the referee in a heavy action sequence where Abel was sitting out for a leg lock there at the end in McGee.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. That was a really good match. Great matchups here so far tonight. And, those matchups are what makes fights. You get good matchups with guys, and you're going to see a lot of action, and that one was really fun to watch.
205. I do not envy the judges. This is the second one they're going to have to do this on. Hey, you're a winner by judge's decision, Brandon Cox. You can't feel bad about that if you're either fighter. That's a good one to watch.
No, I think it was the right call because he was able to get a sweep. And I know it's